Okay, Coach, thanks for doing this morning. You've obviously got more changes to your lineup. What can you tell us about the latest news from COVID protocol?
Well, Josh Brown out, so Dylan Hetherington will come in, give us a penalty killer, a guy that certainly with Mete, Holden, and Brown out, we're a little banged up on the penalty kill side, so he'll come in, and Scott Saverin will draw in up front.
You didn't get the result you wanted in Boston, but did you deal with the adversity the way you thought or had hoped you would?
Absolutely. I thought we played hard, could have had the result. We didn't. All you can do is just keep playing. And, we want to get a win to get feeling good. It's not the ideal situation, but no one feels bad for you in this league. And we're privileged to play and be in the NHL. And we're going to go out there and give it all we got.
Coach, with Matt Murray now on the list and Anton Forsberg still a little bit under the weather, but on the ice today, should we assume that it's Gustafsson in goal?
Yeah, Gus will go tonight.
Thank you.
We'll go to Bruce Garriock at Post Media.
Hey, DJ, just a couple for you. Are you at all surprised that this game is going ahead?
No, I mean, all I can do is coach if I'm told to coach, and that's what I'm doing. So, the league has plenty of people in place to decide what's safe and not safe, and I'll leave that in their hands.
Okay. Just on Shane Pinto was out there today. Is there any timetable for him now? He was wearing a contact jersey.
Yeah, he's real close. Hopefully we get to practice tomorrow. And he can get in a practice, and then we'll see what happens. But I mean, he hasn't played in a practice since he's been out however long ago. So again, these are young guys, and you can't put them in real bad spots. So we're hopeful that he'll be back here shortly.
And just one other thing for me, how is the not? Why is the decision being made not to practice when you're traveling together anyway? And how much does that affect your team?
Well, we'll see tonight. Didn't affect us in Boston. Guys are getting plenty of rest. Obviously, your immune system too for guys that have it or guys that possibly could get it. It obviously is better with rest. But I'm just doing what we're told to do. So obviously limiting the amount of time together. We feel, and the league feels that it lowers the spread. So. All I can do is what they tell me to do.
Wayne Scanlon, Sportsnet.
Yeah, DJ, I don't know how much feedback you're getting, but those that have COVID, how are they doing physically and how are they doing mentally?
Everyone seems to be doing okay. I mean, there's some guys that have had a few more symptoms than others, but it's probably more mentally. You're an NHL player and you want to play the games, and and your team's struggling and you want to help. And you can't. And that's the hardest part, is not being able to be out there with your buddies and competing. So, each individual case is different. And this is just a tough time, for everyone involved, not just the players, but their families, their kids. I have to stay at a hotel. I have 2 young kids and you can't go home. You can't put your kids to that risk, or they can't go to school. And, everyone's dealing with different situations, and it's not just the players. There's a lot more people involved.
We'll go to Mark Broussard at Ledouis.
Yeah, DJ, you mentioned, are there some guys that are asymptomatic?
No, I think everyone's got a little bit of something, whether it's congestions, cold-like symptoms. So everyone, I think, has got a little bit of something, but I mean, that's more individual case, and that's more for our trainers and doctors. I don't really want to speak about other people's situation.
And in this situation, is it almost a good thing that Gustafsson has had it?
What's that?
Is it almost a good thing that Gustafsson had the virus last January?
Well, I mean, we just don't know. I mean, I think everyone continues to get educated with this, and we don't know who can get it, when you get it. And we seem to think, I mean, you just look back from when this started to people thinking one way you can get it, and now we know different. That it's not a contact or on this, tables or whatever the case is. So you don't know. All you can do is try and protect yourself as much as possible. Try and wear your mask. Try and distance yourself and stay inside, your certain circles. But in this point, it's really tough because your circle is the group that has it. So we're trying to do everything we can in our power, and hopefully he doesn't get it.
Claire Hanna, TSN.
Hey, DJ, what kind of a stress is this putting on your team? You talked about the mental stress, but the fact that you're staying in a hotel, maybe Matt Murray's staying in a hotel, he has kids. How do you, address this amongst your team as an outside distraction, just apart from the game?
Well, we met as a group today and as an organization almost, and really there is a lot of stress being put on a lot of people. But the one thing you can control is your effort and your preparation when you get here. And they're being tested continuously. And it's that fear, I think, of being pulled out at any time that probably puts stress on guys. They just want to play. These guys have done this their whole life, and they just want to get out there and play. And we just want to get through this as a group and then get back to playing, hockey every day with a full lineup and a healthy group. So I think everyone's stressed. You want to win hockey games. You want to be healthy. You're worrying about a lot of things, but like everything else, it'll pass and we'll be better for it.
And just a quick follow-up, because we've seen the trend. Somebody's tested positive 5 of the last 5 days. If this continues, do you think you should be playing on Saturday, for example?
Well, I mean, I'll leave that to the league to decide. All I can do is coach when they tell me to coach, but it's unfortunate, and we hope today's the day that no one tests positive, and then it continues on, and we start to get guys back, and we get through this and show people that we stuck together through this and get playing the hockey that we know we could play when we get our group back.
Kyle Bukauskas, Sportsnet.
You hear me all right? You hear me okay?
Yeah, go ahead, Kyle.
Great. Just in terms of Josh Brown and Victor Mete, like did they have to stay behind in Boston or what's their situation?
Yeah, they had to drive themselves to get back, into their own homes. So they're back now, but they can't be anywhere around, obviously, our group or anyone. So they're isolating and doing their thing.
Okay. The only other I had, you mentioned, you spent some time in the hotel the last few days. Like, how many people within the organization are in that situation right now? I guess just out of precaution more than anything else.
Well, whether it's a hotel or staying at another coach's house or staying together, there's probably a handful or so. I think the biggest thing is people with kids. If I'm at home while my kids are there, it's tough for me not to see them. Same as, Zach Burke, the goalie coach, and some guys and then your kids can't go to school. Or in Zach Burke's case, he had 2 twins that were born premature and their immune system's real weak. You can put them in real danger. So, there's probably a handful or so that are doing that. And then there's probably another handful that are just, staying downstairs, staying on the couch, whatever. It's not the ideal situation, but there's a lot worse things in the world, and we'll get through this.
Final one is from Jeremy Charon at CTV News, Ottawa.
Hey, Coach. Claire touched on this a little bit, but I know you say you let the league make their decisions. You guys just do what you can. But is there a point where, as a team, you look at things and you maybe ask for a game to be postponed, push for that?
That's not my job. I mean, my job's to coach the team. That would be up, to Mr. Melnick, Pierre Dorian, and Anthony LeBlanc. The heads of the organization. That's their job. My job's to deal with the players. So. Whatever they tell me, my bosses and the people ahead of me, whatever they tell me, I'm going to do it. And it really doesn't matter what my thought is. It's what the league tells me to do.